Working with Mother Nature has its challenges, but it has lots of joys. As you can see, look at this sea of Mexican hats, or Ratibida, in bloom here. Looks like a field. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some design principles, and one of them is abundance, and you can see there is an abundance of them. But there are other design principles that I think are important when laying out a garden. And so what I wanted to do is to show you here behind me this simple device that plays with light, plays with perspective and so forth, but it creates a compelling landscape. You see, good gardens are made of more than just plants and soil and sunlight. They also incorporate ideas, ways in which to move those materials around. So this is a simple idea here. You can see I've got this green hedge, and what I've done here is created a wall. But piercing this wall is this opening, and I specifically wanted to create a play in light here to break up the sort of view that one might have, or the experience, better said, in walking through this space. So what I've done here is I've created an arch. It's just a metal frame covered with muscadine. You can see they're fruiting. You can see the little blooms on them already. And you get the added benefit, well, beyond the fruit, in the fall, the leaves turn a beautiful lemon yellow. It's magical walking through this space. So this is not very long, really. I think it's 60 feet long. But what happens is when you move through this garden, you can never see very far ahead of yourself. So you're constantly being pulled through because everything's built on a slight curve. You don't have a straight shot at anything. That's intentional, to create mystery, to make you want to go through and see what's next and what's next and what's next. So the way it's designed pulls you through the garden, and to me, that's a big idea, and you see it used in great landscapes throughout the world, all cultures. Now, in this case, you can see that slight curve down there, and another device that's so important is a focal point. I've got that old cast iron urn down there, you can see, with that agave in the center. And I purposefully put Angelina sedum around the base. That chartreuse sedum glows. It's electric in its color, and so it grabs the eye. So you want something that captures the eye, the focal point, the color with the sedum, and you enter into yet another bowl of light going through this tunnel of shade. Light, shade, makes it more interesting. The fact that it's on a curve makes it more interesting. The fact that you punctuate points you want someone to see makes it more interesting. Now, the other thing that I want to point out here is this is a monochromatic color theme. We have to remember color is a design element as well. And looking through here, you can see that it's all shades of green. From that electric chartreuse we talked about to the darkest, richest green in the holly hedge. Gertrude Jekyll, the great 19th and early 20th century garden designer, said, remember, green is a color too. We tend to forget that green is a color. For me, these ideas are what make the landscape exciting. That's what makes design exciting. So if you're interested in these sorts of things and creating some of these effects yourself, just get out and experiment, have some fun. I'd be happy to help you in any way I can. In fact, many of you may want to know about this arch. You can see the metal pole here. On the opposite side of the garden, I haven't planted muscadines on that. I reserve that for planting gourds about this time of year. We let them grow up. If you know gourds, they grow very fast, and then they hang down in the fall, the gourds, the fruits do, which makes it a very interesting experience for our visitors. Well, there you have it, some basic design tips. Abundance, framing the view, focal point, the idea of mystery, all in one little area. So as you're thinking about your landscape, get out there and do something fun and creative.